All right, hey guys, in this video, I will be going over question 17 of the no calc section. Okay, so let's get started. So question 17 is in the grid in section. Typically, these questions are easy. A summer camp counselor wants to find a length, x in feet, across the lake as represented in the sketch above. Here's the sketch. The lengths represented by AB, EB, BD, and CD on the sketch were determined to be 1,800 feet, 1,400 feet, 700 feet, and 800 feet, respectively. So here, this is the keyword, respectively. And if you're one of the lower graders, you might, this might be the first time you've seen this, but respectively means in the same order as the description that came before that. So it says AB, EB, BD. So AB, this AB is going to correspond to 1,800 feet. So we're going in order, okay? And EB is going to be 1,400 feet. Now, so on. So BD is going to be 700 feet. And last but not least, CD is going to be 800 feet. So respectively shows them in order. So if you're rushing through these problems, you will very rarely make a mistake, careless mistake, and you would want to avoid that. So make sure you mark it somehow or just read it carefully. Segments AC and DE intersect at B. So intersect means cross, all right? And angle AEB. So this Pac-Man symbol shows angle, right? And it's not the angle A. So when it says AEB, it's actually talking about the angle E, the one that's in the middle. So think of it as a sandwich, and whatever's in between is the angle you're trying to look for. And also the sketch was nice enough to show what the angles are. So the AEB angle is the angle right here. And the CDB angle, so the sandwich, so D is in the middle, so that's going to be here, right? So we know the two angles there. And it's saying how they both have the same measure, so they have the same angle. And finally, they ask, what is the value of X? Well, where's X? We can see right here, X feet. So we're trying to look for this. Okay, so what I would do is I would first label these, the lengths. So AB is 1,800. If these two lines are parallel, so they never cross each other, ever, and you put a line across, there is a rule. I'd like to call it the Zed rule. These angles are always going to be the same. If there are two parallel lines, and if you have a straight line that goes across, then these angles that I've drawn here are going to be equal. And that's essentially happening here. So these are going to be the parallel lines, and these are the angles that are the same. So can you see the Z? I hope you can. It's this right here. Since we know that these two angles are the same, we also know that these two angles are the same because they're alternate angles. I usually like to call it the bow angles. So when two lines intersect, these two angles are the same right here. And I would like to ask you, what's the total angle, the total interior angle of a triangle? It's 180 degrees, right? And since we know two angles of the triangle, we automatically know the last angle. So therefore, if these two are the same, right, on in both triangles, we know that angle EAB, or angle A, and angle DCB, or BCD, is the same. So they are similar triangles, not congruent, but they're similar. First, we know 800 to X. So those are the vertical lines. I'm talking about the vertical lines right now. These lines are here, right? 800 to X. And then next, since it intersects at B, right? And then now we use 700 to 1400, because as you can see, we're going to use the 700 from the 1800 triangle. So we're looking into this triangle right here. And then the second triangle is this one. So 700 to 1400. And then when you write a ratio like this, you always need to times the middle and then the sides. So that's going to be 700x to all right, that's a huge number. And then you just simply divide 1,120,000 by 700, and you'll get 1,600. Wow, that was a very long explanation, but to recap, first you need to sort out the things you know. So you know the lengths, so you need to label them first in order to get the bigger picture. And we also we were also given the angles and also the fact that AC and DE intersect at point B. So using those 3 points, we can conclude that these two triangles on the right-hand side and the left-hand side are similar. So they're not the same, they're not congruent, but they're similar. So we can use the triangles ratios to find the value X. The ratio was 800 to X. So a small triangle to big triangle. And then 700 to 1400, because again, small triangle to big triangle. You don't want to flip it the other way around. You can't just say 800 to X is 1400 to 700, because you're taking the lengths from a different triangle, which is going to mess up the ratio completely. So you need to keep those consistent throughout.